I'm Adrian Monk. This is my assistant, Sharona. She'll say hello later.
How did it all come about? It really was the dynamics of Monk and his relationship with Sharona and his relationship with Stottlemeyer is really inspired by Sherlock Holmes.
Really?
People that know Sherlock Holmes will recognize the Dr. Watson character, which Sharona fulfills, and the Inspector Lestrade character. So it was certainly built on the Sherlock Holmes model. Field tested, it's been around 110 years. Can't argue with it. The kids seem to like it. So that's sort of how I began to think about this character.
You okay?
I'm not really in my comfort zone here.
You have a comfort zone?
Yes, I have a comfort zone.
I've never seen a comfort zone.
It's not very big. It's kind of small. I don't have a comfort zone.
I cannot start work until I have a title and names of characters. Some writers can do a whole script, and the script is Untitled Spring Project. They just don't care about the name, but I can't begin without a name.
Oh, brother, suck it up.
I remember walking around New York just thinking through the dynamics of the character and the tone of the piece and the name. And I wanted a name as like Sherlock Holmes, who had a monosyllable for a last name and a kind of unusual first name, Sherlock Holmes. I wanted a name like that, where a simple last name and then a kind of a quirky first name. And I guess Monk might be from the jazz musician. I don't remember exactly where it hit me, but it sounded right immediately.
That's very poetic.
Also, I'm such a bad speller that it had to be a name I could spell, which limited the choices.
Well, there's the Adrian Monk we know and love. Your fear is huge, but your curiosity is huger.
People relate to the character. I think everybody has their little idiosyncrasies and little compulsions that they recognize in the character of Monk.
The stuff I'm afraid of is, based on fact.
It is?
Like germs.
Like, crooked paintings, and sidewalk cracks, and food touching, and the wind.
Hey, the wind can kill. Hurricane Edna?
Milk?
To write a show that I myself would watch. And that's been sort of the compass that I've been relying on from the beginning. Let's get to work on it. It's actually the best job you could imagine. We start with a nugget. We start with a puzzle. We go out to long lunches and we just plan perfect murders. And we kick around these ideas. And for every 50 that are kicked around, only 1 or 2, they're like salmon when they're spawning. Only 2 survive of the 500. We can't get started until we have A, the puzzle, and at least semi-plausible solution that will go down and be semi-believable at the end of the episode. And we always like to make our summations a little memorable and quirky.
You did it. Excuse me, I'm summing up the case here.
A lot of what we see on TV, adults don't want their kids to watch it, or if the kids watch it, it's boring to the adults or sort of mindless. So, but Monk seems to appeal to, across the board. So I think that's good. I think it's because there's so little else that people, want to see together. And fans also say that, they love the interactive nature of it, that they're kind of along with Monk and the other characters. They're trying to figure out which are the important clues and how it might have happened, and they try to get to the answer before Monk does.
We know how, we know who, and the answer to why. It's got to be in this book.
If I had to describe Monk, the shorthand way I describe it is Sherlock Holmes meets Columbo meets Seinfeld. Monk is so off the charts square that we're hip.
What's that mean?
I don't know.